The 9th of July, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Good morning again, Rabbi Shlomo Furst here, Yeshiva Samanavshi, here in Shlai Zoom. Our second share this morning, Mr. Brewer, we're learning Hilchos Netilas Yadayim, Siman Kuf Nun Tet in the Shulchan Aruch Chaim, and we're in currently, I believe, test Zion, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, I
Correct,
think you're
man.
right. Yeah, it looks good.
Zion? Yes. No, actually, I think
Right.
we did Zion.
Did test Zion completely? Could be.
Yud
Saudi
Zion.
Arabia.
Oh, we're at Yud Zion now?
That's where my pointer is.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, very good. Fine. You'd sign then. Good. Let's start there.
okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yud Zion. Okay. It says, Lo yitol mina har mayim yado achad vayitain yado hasheni. Okay, so one should not, I guess, would take water from the river for his hand. And then let's see, biado for one hand, and then give it, or I guess put it on the second hand. Lefi she'ein kan lo natila velo tavila. So what? Therefore, this is not considered washing or immersing.
Right. That's right. So therefore, if he's going to be doing is if he's going to be putting his hands into the river, right, he should be immersing them, but not washing them. So therefore, if he's going to be passing the water from one end to the next, it's neither a washing nor is it a immersion.
Ah,
Okay, let's see the Mr. Brewer continue on with this.
okay, let's go. It says, that's Yud Zion now. Okay. It says, Lo Natila. Okay, should not put your hands in or wash. Okay, it says, the Natila Mikeli by Inan. Okay, so Natila is from a vessel. The Inan. I don't know what the Inan is. Okay. The Hacha Lo Natal Klau Mea Keli. And here is not Natal, the washing, I guess. In general, it has to be done from a keli.
Right. So therefore, if he's taking it from his hands, as we learned earlier on, it definitely have to have a washing from a utensil of some sort, not from your hand. And here, if he's taking the water out of the river from with his hands, so there's not, as we said, an immersion. That's clearly not the case. And also, since he's lacking the use of a kli, the washing this way is not going to be effective at all for any washing that's required for hamotzi in this case. Okay, very good. That's it's Yud Zion. So I guess we can go to Yud Ches.
Okay. Will do. It says Yud Chet. Yado achad b'netila, yado achad b'tevila, yadav tahorot. Oh, that's interesting. So it says uh, if one hand is done with Natila and one hand is done with immersion, his hands are purified.
Yeah, that's a Kiddush, right? He's doing half and half this way, half that way. That's a Kiddush.
Yeah, that's
That's
that does that
next
contradict
time
the
you're
previous? Does that contradict the
um,
previous?
well, let's see. And the Tila, I imagine it's being doing the Tila with the Kli, as we learned previously. You have to have it, and the Tila has to be with the Kli, right?
Right, but this mission is saying that only one hand actually has to be done, and the other can be done anyway.
Yeah,
Basically,
because you're doing one Kli one way, one hand one way, one hand the other way. Yeah, that's right.
yes.
That's the Kiddush here. Let's see what the verse says in terms of the explanation.
Okay, so let's see. That's Adi Gimel, Benitila, Perush, and Atayado, Achat, Mikeli, Kadin. Oh, according to the law, okay. Vashniyat
Yeah, that's
Haval, Benahar, Oh, B'mikveh. And the second one he puts in the river or in a mikveh. Inyan habracha uvarek bazeh al netilat yadayim. Oh, and he can do the bracha, the blessing al netilat yadayim.
oh,
Okay.
so that's a bit of a Kiddush. That's even a bigger Kiddush. Because he's only washing one hand, right? He's only washing one hand, right? The Indian bracha mevorach b'zeh netilas yadayim. Okay, continue on. Aflu kasa ramo.
Yeah, we even the bracha says yadayim, both hands. Huh.
Right, it's a Kiddush, right? So it's not that he's
But
Mishana the Matish Chazal. Go ahead, yeah, good.
okay, af ladat Rama will come on. But the opinion of the Rama will be
Even
below.
even 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 according to the opinion of the Ramah, even
Okay,
according to
even.
the opinion of the Ramah.
That's off is even. Okay. Uh,
Sure.
Kevan sheyado achat haita b'netila. Since one of his hands was done through netila, through washing with a keli. That's the achronim. Okay. That's okay.
Good. So that makes it apparently the bracha is intact. Okay. So that's the finish of Sif Yud Ches. I guess we could go to Sif Yud Tet.
Right. So I gather if a person only has one hand, he still would say the bracha for Netilat Yadayim.
Uh, Based on what we're learning over here, that's correct.
That's what it
It
seems
doesn't,
like.
they don't reference where the Ramah is. Um, uh, we're going to get into the night. We're going to get Chaf will be discussing the bracha. Let's see. Let's continue on. We'll see a little bit more of this as we get on.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So Yud Tet, that's 19. Let's see. It says Amabil Yadav Ein Tzarich Shtei Pa'amayim or Pa'amim below Naguv below Lehagbia Yadav. Okay, so if he puts his hands in, immerses his hands, I guess, there's no need to do it twice. Below Nagug, what Nagug is is like shaking the water off. Is that not
Ni-
good?
Niguv is to dry. Right,
Oh,
right.
from negative. Yeah, okay.
So
Okay.
Hamat Gilgad of a person who immerses his hands, Ain Surah Stay Pamim. You don't have to immerse your hands twice, meaning when we're washing for Natilas Yadayim, you have to wash your hands twice. But if you're immersing your
Uh-huh.
hands, you don't have to do it twice. Lo Niguv, you don't have to do any drying. Lo Hagbi Yadav, you don't have to raise up your hands either.
Raise them up, your hands either. Well, that's very interesting. Huh.
Then why
Okay.
does that? What's the interesting aspect about this?
No, because I thought, well, I'd have to look it up because I thought someplace it said you should dry your hands before you say the bracha.
Well, that's if you're washing your hands, but if you're immersing your hands, you don't have to. But you're right because
Right. Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
but there's another point. One of the reasons we'll get to it. You're going to get to this later on. One of the reasons why you have to dry your hands is because if the Gemara says, and it's the halacha, if a person picks up bread with wet hands, right, he's causing the bread to be displeasing, disgusting in his eyes because the bread's getting
Oh,
wet,
right.
right? So there's another reason why you shouldn't be picking up your bread with your wet hands because it's going to make the bread displeasing. So that's irregardless whether he's doing the immersion or the washing. So we'll have to see about that.
Yeah.
So that's a good point you're mentioning there.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
point.
So it's Sadi Dalit. It says Ein Tarik Shtei Pamim. So it's not required to do it twice. Let's see. Dechol Elu Hitzrechu Mishum de Nitmeu Hamayim Kisheba'u al Yadav. Okay, so Dechol Elu, that all these are needed because Nitmeu the water was impure.
Yeah, that the call elu tzrichu, these things, meaning the drying and
Uh-huh.
the lifting up are hitzrichu. They need shenitmu hamayim because the water became tameh. When you wash your hands, the first time you wash your hands, and it could be even the second time you wash your hands, the water becomes tameh, right? You're taking off the tumah from your hands, and the tumah is going onto the water that you've been washing with, right? So when you wash your hands
Right.
with the kli, so the first time you wash the hand the first time, number one. So now you got water which is tummy on your hands. So therefore, you have to douse your hands a second time to wash off the mayim rishonim, which are tummy, and you have to pick up your hands so the tumor shouldn't fall down into the area which you washed. So the reason why you're doing the picking up the hands and drying of the hands is so that the tumor shouldn't remain on your hands. But when you're doing a tefillah, right? As it says, right? Mavur, as it has Mavur, Simon Kufnu Ches.
Okay, hold it. I just lost my place. Okay, hold it. B'simen Kufnun Chet. Oh, okay. Aval b'tefila lo shayak zeh. But for immersion, this is not um
Relevant,
yeah, thank you.
not relevant,
Relevant.
exactly. Because when you immerse your hands, so any tumor that's on your hands is going into the body of the mem saw, right? The 40 saw that is going to drain, so to speak, the tumor off your hands and disperse it throughout the mem saw and it disappears completely. So there's no tumor there. In contrast, when you're washing your hands with the kli, so the water takes the tumor off your hands, but it remains the tumor on your water. So you have to get rid of the water. So if you have to dry them, you have to also lift them up when you're washing your hands as well. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
Good.
Sadi Hey is below Naguv. Okay. So they're not dry. Okay. Ayin La'el B'sof, Siman Kuf Nun Chet, the Mishna Berura. Oh, so La'el is that we learned it above, right?
Now I'm just trying to see what that is. What's it? Kuf Nun Chet in the end. Take a look at the
Oh, Kuf Nun Chet.
take a look down there, and it's in the Kuf Nun Chet Sif Yud Gimel. Hamat bil yadav yochel la'ochel below nigu. Oh, look at this. Let's review this. This is important.
Okay, so Hamabil Yadav Yachol Echol Below Niguv. Okay, so if one immerses his hands and he's able to eat, but and without drying them, apparently. Okay, but who adin linotel yadav b'vat achat v'shofech aleichem, and the din is to wash his hands at once, b'vat and v'shofech aleichem, and pour water over them, a revit of mayim, at once. Okay. Oh, shenatay yado achat v'shafach aleha v'vi'it v'chein shafach al chaverta. Okay, or he should pour over one hand and pour a revit on it. V'chein shafach, and so and then he should pour on the other. Literally its neighbor or its friend, but the other hand.
Right. So if you look
Okay.
at the Berura, look at the Mishnah Berura, the last it's in the Sif Cotton Mem Vav apparently, but it's long. Look at the it says at the end of that it's about 7 lines long. But look what he says there. That's what he's referring us to now here. After makril ain't sort niguv minadin. And what we learned in the Shulchan Aruch just now is the exact letter of the law, right?
Right. Okay. Mavein sarich naguv min din. Okay. Katava Magen Avraham Demi Shadato Katsa Alav Yeshpo Mishum Mius V'tzarich Niguv. Oh, so what if the water's disgusting? He has to draw. Then he does have to dry it.
Well, yeah, but if it's for the person who's daito katsa, and he's alive, he's put off, he's disgusted by it. The thought of touching bread with his wet hands, mishumius, because he's turning the bread into he's melting the bread in his hands. It's icky, it's sticky.
Oh, wow.
So right. So in that case, if the person feels that way, he's sensitive to that, it's sort nigu. And this goes back. This goes back to the mechaber. Look upstairs back at the mechaber and Sif Yud base. That's the source of this here. Sif Yud base. Nigav hate. He says right. Nigav hativ kodem sheyitzel.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, ha'ochel Pulini guv yadayim ki'ilu ochel lechem tameh. Oh, so if he eat with hands, it's like the bread is tummy. It's
Right.
not pure.
Right. Kilochol lechem tameh. Look at maybe memhei in the Mishnah Berura. Look at the memhei in the Mishnah Berura briefly. I'm not sure if I have a chance to see it all. I'll tell you what, Mayor, make a note. Let's refer back to this to do a review about this tomorrow, Bli Neder. Okay, so let's remind ourselves to tune back here tomorrow. It's time. Don't want to go over. We'll go back to Kufnun Ches Sif Yud Beis.
Okay, Kufnun Ches Yud Beis, and it's okay. Very good. Got
okay, very good. Okay, Thank you, Mayor. Very good reading. Have a good afternoon. And Lou as well. Have a good afternoon. Hope to see you both tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, well, have a good day.
You too, mate.
Thank you too. Be well. Thank you.